He ran out with a bag of money. He ran this way, next door to the Washington Mutual. Apparently, he knew what he was doing. He realized that the money bag had some dye pack in it. He dumped it inside of the trash bin. Well, right now, the winds are really kicking up. As you can see, the fire is almost on the road, and it's about to jump the road. There's almost zero visibility, and you can really feel the heat. All your carry-ons, your gels, your liquids, and what have you, your personal effects need to fit in this 1-quart plastic container. It's Ziploc. It needs to be transparent. It is pitch black because there are no street lights. And just to show you how dark it gets, my photographer here, Chris Delcamp, was going to turn off his camera to show you how dark it is. And as you can see almost nothing. And if you can turn that light back on, there it is, folks. If we can get that camera focus, take a look. You didn't even know that I moved. This is an arson-started fire that has already claimed the lives of at least 4 California firefighters. Now, we were up close to where the fire was earlier this morning. Right now, we're going to show you how and why it might be a while before firefighters get a handle on this Esperanza fire.
You feel the enemy. The enemy blows in our face right now. It's a Santa Ana wind. The Santa Ana wind drives the fire. It not only has a pushing effect and feeds more oxygen to the fire, but it also dries out the already critically dry vegetation.
Well, right now the winds are really kicking up. As you can see, the fire is almost on the road, and it's about to jump the road. There's almost zero visibility, and you can really feel the heat.
This is an arson fire. This is a deliberately set arson fire. It started on an S-curve on Esperanza, southeast of the community of Cabazon, unincorporated area of Riverside County. And it runs east and immediately starts an evacuation in progress.
Well, the people who live here just got out in the nick of time, but as you can see, everything is burned. It's burned to a crisp. Unfortunately, when those who live here come back, there'll be nothing left. How dangerous is this for you guys?
Well, it's always dangerous, but it's calculated risk. We're kind of bump and run is what we're doing right now.
Now, there are lots of lines and poles down, and here's the problem. These are power lines. As a matter of fact, the firefighters are not sure if these are charged. That's why when you come over here, you can see they're stalled. They don't know if they want to proceed. They want to call utility companies to make sure that these lines are off before they proceed.
Fires currently, we're estimating at least 10,000 acres and probably more. We can't tell for sure because the smoke obscures our ability to map the fire.
And again, that smoke and these gusty Santa Ana winds are proving to be the big factor, the turning point in this fire. I mean, we were up there earlier, and let me tell you, the visibility was very poor. The winds were kicking up, and it is really, really very hard for these firefighters to get a handle on this fire. As you can see, the candles are still lit. This is where Brian Williams collapsed and later died. The investigation's still ongoing right now. Sheriff's deputies and police still trying to find out who would kill Brian Williams. Earlier today, I spoke to his brother, who talked to me about dealing with the loss of 20-year-old Brian Matthew Williams.
Ain't nothing easy about this, man.
Eric Williams doesn't want his face shown. He and his friends just lit a candle at the spot where his 20-year-old brother, Brian Matthew Williams, died, even as sheriff's deputies asked questions about what happened. How hard is this for you to look at right now?
Man, that's hard, man. Anytime you lose a life, it's hard. Ain't nothing easy about this, man. This ain't no game. I was a young man, 20 years old, fresh out of high school, man.
It happened about 2 a.m. Sunday. Witnesses say Brian collapsed in front of this bar on Washington Street. Witnesses reported at least 2 gunshot wounds to Brian's chest. Customers at the bar tried unsuccessfully to revive him. Investigators say that the shooting probably happened here on Dudley and Washington. Ironically, Brian was very close to an urgent care, but it was closed at that time, so he had to run up Washington close to the bar where he eventually collapsed and later died. Why do you think that the shooting happened at Dudley and Washington?
There was some evidence that was located in that area, including a blood trail that led from that location all the way over to the 19th hole.
Eric says he told his brother to stay home that night and has no idea why Brian was allegedly at Dudley and Washington early Sunday morning. Was he with somebody that night?
I don't know.
Why do you think he got shot?
Being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Did he have any enemies?
No, he's not a bad kid, man. He's a good kid.
Back here live again, the candlelight vigil ended just a few minutes ago. Our friends and family members gathered around, said a little prayer, and then they all just left. A big loss for this family, and like we said, the police still investigating this matter. If you have any information about this, please call the Palm Desert Police Department or the Sheriff's Department.
Grab the bunch and cut right above it. There you go. Make sure you miss your finger.
Yeah.
This is boot camp for wine lovers. It's got hard labor and even a drill sergeant.
Drop and give me 20.
Well, okay, the labor's not really that hard, and he's not really a drill sergeant, and the camp's actually South Coast Winery Resort and Spa. What this is the first ever boot camp of its kind in Temecula.
When we were up at the vineyard picking grapes, all the workers were behind us laughing that we were doing their job for free.
Denise Mossman is one of the boot camp's first raw recruits. She and a friend paid $1,500 to survive this 2-day ordeal.
We've done all kinds of vacations, and it was kind of like a boot camp, like someone would go to a dude ranch.
It's a unique experience that takes you through every step of winemaking, from shearing off the grapes to crushing, and finally sampling and packaging the finished product.
Try to bring people into Temecula and show them winemaking and the whole experience that takes place during harvest. This time of year is a very busy time for us.
These are grapes that have already been crushed. There are about 5 tons that were picked yesterday. They'll be sitting here for about a week, and this is called punch down. What it's doing is retaining the moisture, so I'm kind of stirring it around. It's a lot of hard work.
Hey, DiMaandal, you got this done yet?
I told you it's a lot of hard work. What have you learned?
That it's still a lot of work.
It's an experience that takes wine appreciation to the next level. Boot camp will never be the same again. From Temecula's wine country, Arnell DiMaandal, News Channel 3.